Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Interceptor Ace Volume 2 from Compass Games and designed by Fernando Sola Ramos. Okay, well, we finished our last mission. We had to do repairs for a week, so it helped reduce our fatigue back down to 4. For fatigue level 0 to 4, there's no effect. When you get up to 5 to 10 or something like that, it's add 1 to your parachute roll, but I've got the parachute skill, so it kind of offsets that. So, and then you have landings and other things, the more fatigue you get. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is roll for our next target. All right, here we go. And it is 9. April 44, and a 9 is V Weapons in France. Okay, so we're going to write that down, V Weapons. And over here on our card, our raid target is in France. So it's here. So by the time I get there, they will have already dropped their bombs, but there is any aircraft fire that I can get to. I'm going to put myself in the takeoff base, and let's roll for weather. And the weather chart is 2d6. And our weather is 6. And the 6 on the weather chart is good. Okay, so we're good there. All right. Now we got to roll for the Allied fighter bomber strafing attack. Again, for April of 44, fighter bomber attack is a 1 on a 1d6. So we're going to roll, and they get 2. Wow, that was close. Again, just keep lucky. All right, so now we move our aircraft to the raid box. So we take off. We make it to the target. All right. And now we have to roll for a fighter sweep. And the fighter sweep, again, is a 1. It's a 4, so no fighter sweep. Okay. So now we roll for our interception table. Okay, on the interception table, we're going to see, oops, drop my die. Of course I did. All right, we roll. I should have put my camera back. 2d6. And it is a 6, and we get head on. Okay, so now we have a head on, so we can decide, do we want to go against the fighters or against the bombers? And we got to roll and see what we're encountering. So let's roll for our bombers first to see what they're going to be up against. And the bombers, we roll a d10, and the bombers is 3, so it's a B-17G. So we're going to get our position chart out for the B-17G and have it ready to go. And for our fighters that we're going to come up against, they are a 4. And a 4 is that daggone P-47D again. Okay. I run into him a lot. I'm going to lay this one down here and decide, do I want to go up against him first or go up against him second? I think we're going to go for the fighter. I want to get through this. Okay, so I'm going to put my aircraft here, head on. And he's a P-47. He's coming in head on. And the first thing we're going to do, this time I'm going to remember, is we're going to see if we can do an escape. We roll 1d6, and a 1 or 2, we escape. And that is on, I'm just looking real quick on R for our chart, and I was just looking to see if that was actually on one of these player aids, but I don't see it on the player aids. I was kind of hoping it was. I'm just doing a quick, but I do not see it on the player aids. Okay, so it is in the rules. We know a 1 or 2 I can escape this guy and I don't have to dogfight him. So here we go. 6. So okay, so we're up against the P-47. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to call for my wingman to come in here and hit this guy, and I'm going to fire at him, and we're going to see, or I can do a maneuver, or I can do reflexes, but I kind of want to save my reflexes for the bomber, although the reflexes against the fighter is not a bad idea, but they really don't help me until we do the initiative. So I think I'm going to fire. I'm going to fire my guns at this P-47. So we're going to flip these over right here. Sometimes it's easy to grab with the tweezers and sometimes it's not, but this time it was not either way. Okay, flip. Machine guns over, cannons over, and the wing root cannons. All right, so I'm firing at him, he's firing at me, and we're going to have my wingman come in. And I think that's wrong. I got to look real quick. I think if I call a wingman, I don't get to fire. So let me double check that real fast here. Okay, I cannot do both. I can either use them as a defensive measure, in which case I don't maneuver, or we fire at each other. So me and the P-47 are going head to head. I'm firing at him. I'm going to see if I can hit him. Okay, so I'm going to fire at him. He's going to fire at me, and neither one of us gets to be defensive because you have to do one or the other. Okay, so we're both firing. So here comes my card. And a 16 drops down to 12, so I get 4 hits. So we'll roll the 4 hits on him. All right, and so we use 2d6. We're going to roll for 4 hits on his fighter damage. And that first one is a 52, which is airframe. Okay, so I hit his airframe. So on the P-47, you can take 4 of those. All right, second hit is 63. 63 is a crew injury. Okay, so for a crew injury, we roll 2 dice. A 2 to 7 is a pilot. Oh, pilot. Okay. Now I roll 1d6 to determine the severity. A 4. So he takes a serious wound. All right. So we're going to put a serious wound on him. So his pilot, don't even know where that goes on here. Tail, wing, airframe controls, fuel tanks, pilot status, serious wound. Okay, that's 2 hits. Here we go. Our third hit is 32. 32 is minor damage, didn't do anything. And the fourth hit, it is, try that again, is 35. 35 is airframe. So I hit him on 2 airframes. And now he's firing at me. His firepower is also 12. And he scored 4 hits on me. Okay, so now I got to take my hits. All right, his first one is 63. 63 is a crew injury. So we roll, and 2 dice, and 2 to 7 is the pilot. 7, dang it, he hit me. Now I got to roll 1 dice. Well, Go down the dice tower. It's a 3, light wound. Okay, so I took a light wound. Let's see, get out another wound here. Serious wound, light wound. Okay, so I took a light wound. So for my pilot status is pilot wound right there, light wound. Okay. All right, that's his first hit on me. Second hit. 33. 33 airframe. So he hits my airframe. I can only take 3 of those. Okay, hit number 3 is 63. Crew injury. Uh-oh. And a 7 again. Okay, so he hits me again. So now I got to roll. See how bad this is going to be. It is a 1. It's a light wound. And 2 light wounds make a serious wound. So I now have a serious wound. So I flip the light wound over. It's now a serious wound. So I'm in trouble. All right, and his final hit is 35. And 35 is airframe. So we shot each other up pretty good. Both pilots got hit. And with the serious wound, -2 random hits, +2 to land, +3 to parachute, -2 to initiative, cannot use skills. Roll on C2 to check serious wound resolution. Okay, so we're both going to have the same problem for our initiative chart right here. We got to do our net differential, see where we're going to be at here. We start with speed and modifiers and compare. Okay, his speed's the P-47 is a 21 speed. Let's see, he does not have any kind of boost. He's not agile. He doesn't have an ace wingman. He does not have situational awareness. I didn't roll to see if he was an ace or green pilot. Okay, I should have done that. I forgot to do that again. It's page 30. Let's just see what that would happen here. Let's see. Roll 2T10 when encountering the fighter bombers, fighter sweeps, or escorts. And we look at R7, so we know that R7 is right here. And this is 1944, and it's early because this is April of 44. So we roll. We roll 2D10. And we'll see what happens. So let's do this for this P-47 pilot. And he is a 25. And a 25 is trained. That is the default pilot. So there is nothing else to do there. So that's good. He's just a normal pilot. Okay, so I don't have to do anything different there. So now we're back to this. Okay, we had 21. Let's see. Not veteran or green. He's not an ace. He's -2 for his serious wounds. Makes him a 19. And nothing else with the wingman. Okay, 19. I start at 19. I have the MW50 boost, so I get +1, so I'm 20. And I have a serious wound, -2, 18. So it is net differential is 1-2. No change in our position. Okay. So the question is, what do we do now? Is he going to does he try to break off because he has a serious wound? Okay. I'm not sure that he would, but let's check that in the rules and make sure. Well, you know what? We're locked in combat and I'm firing at him again. What the heck, right? No guts, no glory. Gonna use up my second firing right here. I want to get me a P47 kill. I'm gonna mark this guy down here as a P47. D. All right, here we go. I'm firing at him. He's firing at me. Let's see. With serious wounds, we are -2 random hits. So both of us are going to have that. I have 15 down to 12 is 5. I scored 3 hits on him. Okay, so I scored 3 hits on the fighter. So let's roll them. Here we go. So 3 hits. First hit is 24. 24 oxygen. Okay. So I hit his oxygen tank. That's it for his oxygen. Okay. Our second hit is 26. 26 is controls. So now I've hit his control surfaces. And I get one more hit. And it is 14. And I hit his radio. So I don't even know if that's on there. It's probably not. Doesn't matter. So it doesn't count. It counts like a miss. Okay. All right. That's the damage I did to him. He's firing with 12. He gets a -2 on his hits. 12 -2, 0. No hits. Okay. So he didn't hit me. Now we do initiative to see where we're going to be at. So we're going to be, he is 21. And he is -2 for the serious wound again. So he's at 19. I'm at 19. I get one for my engine boost. Puts me at 20. And -2 for my serious wound. Puts me at 18. We're still in the same, no change net differential. So we're still in the same position. But he needs to break off because he doesn't have oxygen now. So he needs to try to get away from me. And I'm looking on this chart to see if that's on here. I do not see it. So I'm going to go back here to the rules and to disengage. I believe is on page, right around here on page 30. Nope. Farther back. Let's see, disengaging. Here we go. So he's definitely needs to disengage. I should disengage because we're both shot up and I'm already got a serious wound. I don't want to get killed. So I think at this point we'll both enemy disengagement. The pilot is an enemy fighter will attempt to disengage if one or more of the following circumstances occur. He's wounded. He had a serious wound. Okay, tailing you, nope. If he's head on, disadvantage or tailed, he will continue to pull defensive cards until in a position to try to disengage. I wonder if he should have done No, it wouldn't have made sense. He would have fired at us. I guess he should have done defensive maneuver. But he fired at us, so we're going to leave it like that. So he would disengage on a roll of 1 to 4. Let's see if he disengages. A 1, he does. So he disengaged and he goes home. Okay, and I go home because I'm all shot up and I'm wounded. Okay, so that ends that. I'm not going to get after the bombers. And we're going to land. So I have to land now. Okay, so my landing is going to be controls hit. Nope. Emergency landing. Nope. Serious wound is +2. And that's the only hits I got to worry about is +2. Okay, I don't think I rolled for my weather, but we're not going to worry about it now. So I rolled 2d6 and +2. And I rolled a 7, +2 is a 9, and a 9 is safe landing. So we made a safe landing. All right, so I'm down. I have a serious wound, and that is on chart C2. I'm looking for it. I just saw it a minute ago. I swear, I just saw that C2 1 second ago. Losing my mind, I think. Here it is. Okay. On the other side of this. All right. So now I got to roll 2d6 to find out my serious wounds. I got a 10. Bullet grazes arm. Missed 3 sorties. Okay. So I took a serious wound. Let's see. This is sortie number 6. No kills. I took a serious wound. Okay. My fatigue was at 5 for that mission. And I got to do rest for 3 sorties. 2, 3. And in that time, my aircraft really was going to get repaired anyway. So we're going to put rest, rest, rest. All right, so it's going to get us to the end of April. We're going to have 1 more sortie to fly. And I'm going to take my fatigue from 5. I get 1 back every day. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to be down to 2. 5, 4, 3. He's down to 2 now. And luckily, the serious wound wasn't too bad. It just cost me 3 weeks of recovery time. And my pilot got recovered. P-47 comes off. The wounds all come off of the chart here. Take all the damage off. All the damage off. Those P-47s are deadly, man. They are a pain in my butt, so to speak. Fix my ammo. And I think we should just go ahead and fly another one here. I think we're in pretty good shape to do that. So let's do that. Let's see what our next target's going to be. Ground crew's got me set up. We roll 2d6. And we get 7. So a 7 is back to the V weapons in France. Okay. So my raid target is going to be France again. And it's going to be, they're coming back again for the second time. We're going to get our aircraft over to take off. And we're going to roll weather this time. And the weather is 6, which is good. 2 to 10 is good, so our weather's good. Okay, now we got to roll, see if there's a fighter bomber sweep. 6. There is not. Okay. So we're up in the air. We're coming to make our intercept. We got to see if there's a fighter sweep. A 4. There is not. Needs a 1. Would have given us that. So we get past that. So now we can see what bombers we're going to be coming up against. So we roll 1d10. And the d10 is a 1. And a 1 is the B-17F. Okay, so we get the older version of the B-17. So we flip this one over. We get that. And his fighter escort is 4 good old P-47s. Still there. Hate those guys. All right, now we got to roll for our interception. We roll 2d6, and it is a 10. And a 10 is a Spitfire encounter head on. Okay. So, you see what that says. I think I have to determine which kind of Spitfire it is. Is it the Mark 9? Or is it the Mark 14? And I have to find that. I was looking on the chart here to see if it tells me, going back to my encounter, and if I roll, does that tell me? I should roll 1d10, tell me what kind of Spitfire it is. Right, so here we go. The Spitfire is a 2. So 1 to 4 is a Spitfire 9. That's going to be the other guy here. He's on the other side. Nope. So it's a Spitfire 9. Looking for him. Here he is. All right, take this chart up, put this one down, and we have the Spitfire Mark 9. He's agile. He doesn't have a whole lot of firepower compared to those P-47s and stuff, but I ran into this guy. All right, and there's still fighter escorts, so I gotta see what happened here with the Spitfire. I gotta catch back up on that. Be right back. Okay, I may be wrong, but the way I interpret this is when I rolled that interception table, and I probably should roll, let's see, we move to the takeoff box, then roll for the fighter sweep, roll for the interception raid target endurance box. So I should have rolled that, because that gives you the escort, in this case, is a Spitfire encounter head on. Spitfire encounter head on. Roll on the number 2. Roll on target, aircraft target, and allied fighter attack chart to determine U.S. British fighter. Treat as head on if pilot has. So this would be the escort then, instead of the P-47, would be the Spitfire 9. Now that's the way I take it, because there wouldn't be a Spitfire out there by himself. And I don't believe this is a fighter sweep with Spitfires. I was looking for that. And I am going to double check that just one more time because it's just bugging me and I want to make sure I get it right. So let me check it one more time. All right, I found what I was looking for and I was off a little bit. So I'm glad I found it before we went any farther. So okay, what happened here is I rolled that, so I encountered a group of Spitfires. So I was right in rolling for the type. So it is Spitfire Mark 9s. That's what we're up against. So I've now encountered these guys here on my raid box, and it was head on. So I'm head on with the Spitfire Mark 9. All right. So here we go. And like always, here I go blasting away. All right. So we're going to take our ammo levels down by 1. And the Spitfire is going to fire also. All right. I'll see if I can hammer this guy. And his damage is down here on this table right here. And then, if I survive this and move on, then I have to move another box. This is good. I'm glad we ran into this, because I really do want to go through this step. And maybe I can even get lucky enough to shoot somebody down without getting blasted myself. I haven't been too good at that yet, but here we go. Okay, I'm firing with my typical 15 firepower. Oh, which goes down to 12. He's destroyed. And on a destroyed, I think he still gets to fire back at me. Again, I just want to make sure. I'm really trying to get this right for you guys. It's really important to me that we get this right. Sorry. I was looking for something. Okay, let me see. Let's see, damage. Destroyed. Aircraft damage. Page 20. It just seems like something there, but I may be thinking against bombers sometimes. The DE result on the card means it is immediately destroyed. Such a result encompasses such thing as engine failure, the entire tail section being shot off, is not negated by a defensive move card or a card that results on the maker. No, so I still pull for the damage he fired against me, but he's gone. I got him, so that Spitfire is going to go down. Thank goodness. Now let's hope he doesn't hit me that hard. He's got an 8, so that's 4 hits on me. Wow, 4 more hits. Man, these guys are hitting me hard. Okay, here we go. Fighter damage. 4 hits. First hit is 55. 55 is my airframe. Sorry, didn't give you time to even read that. Airframe. Okay, so I take 1 airframe hit. All right. Second damage is 51. 51 is my tail. So I take a tail hit. Tail. Third hit is 51, which is the tail again. So 2 tail hits. All right, and last hit is 25. And the 25 is my, 25 engine, port engine, but it's the engine. And when you hit the engine on the Focke-Wulf, it takes out the engine armor. Okay, so my engine's still solid. Didn't lose anything there. And I scored a kill on the P-47. Or I'm sorry, on the Spitfire 9. So I nailed him. So I get my kill, which is going to make me my air victories up here goes to 3. So I'll replace this with a 3. Get that out here real quick. So I have 3 air victories now, and I believe that is 1 point on that. So I just want to keep track of this as I go, and I'm pretty sure that that is 1 point. Is this a end of my table right here? I'm sorry for looking up. I just want to make sure I get it right again. Let's see. Okay, it was 1 point. So he goes from 6 to 7. So I need a 7 now. Start getting these out, and I'll have them available. So we're at 7 game points. And I'm going to make a correction here at the end when we get done. Okay, so I've got 2 tail hits, and I still got to intercept if I want to. Now I have to move to the next, bring my fighter back. He was here. He moves to the next box, and now he has to see if we intercept the raid there, or if I just want to go home because of the damage to my plane. And I have 1, 2, 3 systems damaged, so I would be able to fly again still in April, or I can go after these bombers, which I know are defended by P-47s, and I really don't think I want to tangle with them with damage already on my aircraft. So I think I'm just going to go home. So we're going to land. I don't have anything that would cause me not to be able to land. Let's see. I have no fuel tank hits. Let's see. No control hits. I have an airframe hit and my engine armor and my tail section. So that's it. So we're going to go home. We're going to land. We're going to raise our fatigue level. We'll be at 3 now. I should have changed that before. We'll drop it back down to 3. And one of the things that's confused me a little bit in the game, in the wording in the rules, is all around experience points and prestige points. And I just saw a comment on my channel while I was doing this, and it said that congratulations on being awarded your Iron Cross First Class. And I'm like, well, I didn't think I had. But what it basically said was that my prestige points, my experience points, I got 3 when I scored 3 game points. And I don't, does that count as experience points? It's very confusing, because then when you're looking at the prestige rules, or let's just say the Iron Cross First Class, it says is awarded after obtaining 3 points. It confers 1 prestige point. So by shooting down a bomber, do I earn 3 game points? I gain 3 game points, but do I earn experience points? Or do those only come as my experience goes with the missions? So I'm going to go check on Board Game Geek and see what I can find out on this. So I'll be back here in a minute. Okay, I think I've settled and got through my own confusion here. Sometimes you overthink things, right? The rules are pretty square, and I even went back to the first version on Board Game Geek because there's a lot more comments there, and I found a chart, and I also saw a comment there. The only way you get experience is by flying missions. You don't get them from shooting down planes. Those are just game points that you're earning. They'll count for other things. So your game points will count towards other medals, but I don't get my Knight's Cross until I get earn the 2 points. And the next point that I'm going to earn is on my experience point is going to be when I fly my next mission, which will be mission number 8. So this was mission number 7. Now the nice thing is I could still fly one more mission here, although I think my video is getting long enough that I'm going to go ahead and not do that. I had 3 system damages, so I don't have to lose one. So I'm going to get one more chance here in April, so to fly one. So I don't get an experience point till I fly that next mission. That's going to give me my next experience point, which will give me the Iron Cross First Class, give me another prestige point. I haven't spent any of my prestige points yet, so saving those, so as I hopefully survive and get up here a little bit, maybe I can earn I want to get to one of the jets or something, but I got to keep getting there. I get my experience points up, I can start building up. My wingman, he'll get another experience point. You know, I want to get him to be an expert maybe on this aircraft, because then he gets to draw 2 cards and he can help me. So, you know, there's different ways to do it. That's what I'm doing. So, you know, again, this is all part of that learning curve on this game, and making sure we get it, trying to get it right. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. We're going to leave off right here, and we'll be getting ready for sortie number 8 for me, which will gain me another experience point and my Iron Cross first class, and that will get me my prestige point. Okay, hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for your comments. Anybody that sends me comments, if you see that I'm doing something wrong, I love the guidance. It makes me think about the game. It helps me find things. I try to make corrections. All those things help me. I have to tell you, I am in the process of getting ready to start a new job, and I'm going to be relocating, so it's going to interrupt my gameplay. So I'm trying to work around fitting in some videos, so my timing with answering the questions and playing the games are going to be a little bit off. Hopefully it won't interrupt us too much here. And again, like I said, I appreciate everything, all the comments that everybody gives. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up for the video, and we'll see you guys on the next mission. Have a good one.